Ladies and gentlemen, we have 7 days to go. We are excited and we're looking forward to welcoming you in the land of tea. In the meantime, I have a few things that I want to remind you of. The Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge is a revolution. It is a tea-inspired revolution. The inspiration in tea comes primarily from nature. It is the terroir in tea, the fingerprint of nature, and therefore its expression needs to be handled perfectly. Perfectly in terms of its preparation. Once you select the tea that you wish to present to the judges, the tea that you see as going well with your gastronomy, with your mixology, you need to make sure that what nature has done in that tea to make that tea unique in terms of its fragrance, its appearance, its flavor, its structure and its texture, that it is presented perfectly. That means good water and following the rules for the real tea revolutionary, the rules for perfect brewing. Once you have crafted your tea, once you have presented it, there are several ways of expressing it. In gastronomy, in mixology, in the experience, through your personal history, through your story in tea, your personal story. Because high tea is an important occasion not only for the fact that it is indulgent in relation to food, beverage, but also because it is an occasion for socializing, for people to come together. People coming together do so over stories of family, of friendship, stories of tea, whichever you wish. And so it is this dimension also that will color your presentation. And then the physical presentation of the tea. Once you have the perfect tea, you need to make sure it is presented in the perfect manner. Remember that the appreciation of fine tea, it starts on the eye. And that is on account of the beautiful tapestry of colors, the wonderful hues that reflect different aspects of nature. Now that is the beauty and the indulgence in tea, whether in terms of its appreciation on the eye, on the nose, or on the palate. It is a reflection of what nature has done, not what man has done. Because remember, the job of the tea maker is to facilitate what nature has already done in the leaf. And so, express it. Be as bold as you wish in integrating what nature has done into your tea gastronomy, tea mixology, or tea story. But make sure that the inspiration begins with nature, because that is the heart and soul of the indulgence in tea. It is nature and the fingerprint of nature on each tea. 3 things I want to share with you today about the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge. Firstly, why? Tea is today the most significant herbal beverage in the world. Why? Because it offers protection for the human body in relation to every chronic, that is lifestyle disease. And don't take my word for it. Have a look on the internet. See on PubMed the research that explains in 20,000 different papers why tea combats and protects from stress, from diabetes, from different forms of cancer, from cardiovascular disease, all problems that we face today in our 21st century lifestyles. It's wellness. Why tea and why the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge is wellness. Tea is an important herb and we need to present tea to a new generation in the right way. Not just tea, but tea inspired. And tea inspired is tea that is selected for its freshness, for its provenance, and that is presented in an indulgent and sensual way. The natural goodness in tea is important, but beyond the goodness lies that indulgent aspect, and that is what we propose to use to engage a new generation. It's not only about the natural goodness and wellness, that is important, but it is about the indulgence and the pleasure in a cup of tea. Secondly, how? This is no ordinary tea. The tea we present through the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge is tea that is uniquely crafted by nature. Of course, all tea is crafted by nature, but there are certain important fundamentals to my father's mission in tea and his vision for tea that make the teas we offer unique. Firstly, it is tea that is unblended, because when nature imprints upon tea a unique signature, linked to its character, its flavor, its fragrance, its appearance. You don't mix that with 100 different teas to bring the cost down. You keep it pure. My father made a commitment to tea that is unblended for that reason. Garden fresh, tea that is grown, hand-picked, made in the traditional artisanal manner and brought to you direct without going to blending centers around the world is garden fresh. Freshness is important in tea because unlike in wine, aged tea loses its freshness, its flavor, and therefore loses as the tea gets old. It becomes less good for you. The antioxidants and the flavor in tea are all offset. Fresh tea is so very important. Tea has not changed, and in that sense, what is novel about what we present through the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge is the respect for tea. Since 2737 BC, when Chinese doctors harvested tea and made tea in a traditional manner, the principles of tea manufacture remain the same for Dilmah. There is only one right way to make tea, and it is the hard way. And we still practice that traditional artisanal manner even today. That is important. And what? Well, the experience that we offer through the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge is in every sense a revolution, because around this respect for tea, around everything that is beautiful in tea, from the imprint of nature, from the fragrance, the flavor, the appearance of tea, through to the sophistication of the culinary styles, we bring a unique afternoon tea experience. A unique high tea, in a very real sense, afternoon tea for the 21st century. Tea is good for you. Tea is important for human health. Tea is the most important herb in our lives in this 21st century because it brings wellness. Going beyond, we have luxury in tea, and that is something special. That is the aim of the Dilmah Real High Tea Challenge, afternoon tea for the 21st century.